fastest show in sports.
Women's basketball was not that big for a lot of years, well, pretty much for many years, and then it became a niche sport, if you will, but now this is big time. The WNBA is a massive, major sport in America, and thus there's a lot of little things going on that need to be addressed with the WNBA, and right now they are in trouble. I have said this before. The WNBA is a complete disaster at the moment. But then again, this comes down from growing pains. This is what happens when you have a new league, a multi-billion-dollar league. And not only that, a league that is run by the NBA. Let's not forget, the WNBA is not a standalone league. They still rely on the NBA for a lot of their money, a lot of their marketing, and a lot of their support. So they are still learning how to grow, how to be better, how to get to be instead of 5 top sports in America, what about 6 top sports? People will say, well, it's still just basketball. Yeah, but the WNBA is not necessarily the NBA. So let's then deal from the beginning. Nefisha Collier is a vice president of the WNBA Players Association. So she is there when it comes down to making huge decisions that will form this league for many years to come. And with the collective bargaining agreement up at the end of the month, they now have a chance to start making some real money and make some real inroads into being that major sport in America. But Nefisha Collier is the one who lit the fire in her exit interview for the season when she told everybody about what was once a private conversation between her and WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them.
When Collier made that statement, I went on the air and said, wait a minute now, let's back up just a little bit. That is one side of the conversation. And I did not say at the time that I was calling Collier a liar, but then again, it was a private conversation. She is characterizing it in what she heard and how she heard it, and I wondered out loud why so many of these intrepid reporters across America covering the WNBA were not asking the simple questions of Engelbert herself. Did you actually say that? Well, funny you should ask. Because as the WNBA hits its finals for the year, Engelbert held her commissioner's press conference. And finally, someone had the stones to go ahead and ask it straight up front.
I just wanted to get some clarity on some of the specifics that Nefisha Collier said about your conversation that you had that was previously private. Did you in fact say that, quote, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the rights deal that I got them?
There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. And so I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Nefisha. We've exchanged texts. We're talking next week. So I think obviously a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players. There's a lot of emotion and passion going on right now because we're in collective bargaining. We're in the WNBA finals. And so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. You know, I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments. And so all I'll say is just, you know, it's obviously been a tough week. And I just think there's a lot of inaccuracy out there.
Oh, come on now, Kathy. You didn't really bring your family into this, did you? Do you really expect everybody to say, oh, she's got a family, we don't want to say anything? Hey, if you want to play lumberjack, learn to handle your end of the log. Oh, fuck, how did I do that? I'm going to come out of this and do this again. Here we go. This will be a pickup at 5:55. Okay. Here we go. Oh, come on now, Kathy. You didn't just bring your family into this, did you? Oh, my children are so upset with what's being said about me. Oh, my goodness, let's all feel sorry for the commissioner now. Hey, Kathy, if you want to play lumberjack, you have to learn to handle your end of the log. This is what comes with being commissioner of a major sports league. Don't tell us about your family. Don't try to put them in here and try to make people feel sorry for you. I mean, at the end of the day, what you basically said was someone is lying. It is either Engelbert or it is Collier. One of them is telling us lies, fibs, little tiny lies. There was a time in broadcasting, well, in journalism in general, when we were told never use the word lie. Say it was a misstep, a misspeak, an inaccuracy. No. Someone lied here. Now, let's just take it on the stead here that maybe Collier lied, okay? That she was just stretching the truth. A lot of the things that supposedly was said by Engelbert is jock talk. Hey, come on, they ought to be real happy that I got them the CBA deal that they got. Hey, they need to be real happy that they're making a lot of money after the deal that I cut. That's jock talk. It happens all the time. Was she serious about it? Was it in a joking manner? Was it in between two friends that she was talking about this? Who knows? Who knows, actually? And it might have been. And not only that, let's take it from the side that maybe Engelbert's lying. Maybe she said this. Okay, let's play this out for a second here now. Maybe she's right. Because if the WNBA did not exist, if the WNBA did not have the NBA money and the wherewithal behind them, they would not be as successful as they are today. They're unable to make it as a standalone league. Look, they're getting better. But when she says players ought to be real happy that they have the league right now to basically get them those deals, she's right. If it was a third, fourth, or fifth string league out there, these players wouldn't be making this kind of money. They wouldn't have sold-out crowds. They wouldn't have big stadiums. They wouldn't have national television contracts. They'd be plugging along on a third-rate television network right now and maybe somewhere off on radio trying to make it, like the UFL or something like that, another league that we don't need. But the WNBA is fortunate enough that they got the NBA involved, and the NBA is there helping them make money. So in essence, let's stop trying to say that, oh, did she really say that? Maybe she did say that, and maybe she's right in some sense. Players have to be appreciative of what they've got. Oh, now that's going to open up a huge can of worms. I'm going to get drilled for this. But the players need to be appreciative of what they've got and the fact that they have a platform that helps them become thousandaires, millionaires eventually, household names, but that lets them be professional. The league has to be set up. The players have to buy into it. The players have to give up some of their freedom. The players aren't the ones running the league. Look, maybe that's the next thing. WNBA players like Nefisha Collier have to understand that while they are part of a union, and they are supposed to get the best deal possible for their players, which is what every single league should do, and every single union should do. Sometimes you got to bend a little bit. You got to bend. You don't break, but you've got to get there. The WNBA, look, if you want to put it here, the NBA is here. The WNBA is here. They got a long way to go. And on the grand scale of things for major sports in America, the WNBA still has a long way to go. Long way to go. So maybe the players do need to back off just a little bit and understand that you're not going to get $1 million contracts right now. And not only that, because the WNBA gives you the platform to succeed and the national networks and the national coverage to be out there and show your immensely incredible talents, that makes you more money. That gets you sponsorships. Without the WNBA, you wouldn't be able to get these sponsorships. Look, I know it's tough to say, and people want to scream and holler and say that it's the league's fault. Maybe it's not the league's fault. Maybe the players have to back off just a little bit and realize that this is a symbiotic relationship where your first few years, not everybody's going to get rich. Now, having said that, on the other side of that coin, the players deserve more money. Because if they're only getting $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, come on, that's insulting. I mean, that's basically a slap in the face to the players and their talent. The players deserve more money. The players deserve equitable contracts. But multi-million-dollar contracts? Hey, Caitlin Clark got a big deal. Sophie McGregor gets a big deal. Why? They draw and they're great players. Because let's face it, in every sports league, you have A players, you have B players, you have C players, and then you have everybody else. Not everybody makes the same amount of money. So the players have to realize that this takes time. And they have that time right now with the negotiation of the new collective bargaining agreement to make their lives better. So maybe, just back down a little bit here, try and cooperate, try and understand that you are stars. And there's that old adage, it's a circle that goes around. People will say that, well, without the stars, there's no WNBA. But then again, without the WNBA, there's no stars. You got to meet in the middle somewhere. And at this point, we have to decide where that middle is.
Ed Berliner, the fastest show in sports.